Lately, every single Kenyan coffee I roast has left me flat. I don't know if it's me or the coffee. A couple months ago, I got a slew of coffees. Most of them were washed to see what it was all about, right? To see if washed coffees were washed. And one of the coffees that I did pick up was a Kenyan double wash, I think, pea berry coffee. I don't get Kenyans all the time. It's not that because I don't like them. It's just because I want to savor that taste and that nostalgia that I usually get from Kenyan coffees. It was one of the coffees, Ethiopian Kenya, that really painted the story for me with coffee, with what coffee can be, the unique flavors, the winey taste of it all, you know? So I was kind of like hoarding it, but also to an extent not wanting that allure to die. So I picked up this coffee, excited, roasted it, then I tasted it. Then I put it down. And then I started thinking about it. I started to get those unique flavors, that winey taste, that lingering, nice, soft acidity on the end of it. Sometimes it can get grapefruity, which I'm not a fan of, which you probably know. But it does whatever it wants to, right? Sometimes you will get a little tomatoey type of taste, which I'm not really that fond on in a coffee. Sometimes that resembles a little bit of a strawberry intensity to me. But that's what I was getting. I roasted it all different ways: light, medium, dark, fast roast, slow roast, nice rate of decline, all that good stuff that I know that I need to do, right, when it comes to coffee. Got better when it was dark. Shocker to me. Dark roast, fruity coffees, Kenyan coffees. They're just something else. But something about this particular coffee, the exact coffee that I'm drinking right now, it just didn't really do it for me. I wonder if it was me. I wonder if I've gone past it. And the thing about it too is that when I used to drink these coffees, I didn't have all the scare. I did have the refractometer. I didn't have my water dialed in. I didn't have any of that. Probably because it was just new. It was exciting. It was different and all that good stuff. But this particular Kenyan coffee hasn't done it for me. It's familiar. And I think that's where the problem lies. Perhaps I've moved on. Perhaps all that whininess and that fruit forwardness, that's it. I've tasted this before. I've read this story before. It doesn't really matter what I do to it. And as I sit here and think and ponder about the state of my coffee existence, or what I care about in coffee, I but hope to realize or to come to the conclusion is that maybe I've changed. Maybe if I've come to the conclusion that I don't care for that type of fruitiness, and I start to realize that that's more so true. I think it is. I like fruity coffees. but they don't need to like shout to the world. I like acidity, but it has to be a little bit softer than my palate wants. I'm craving a little bit more sweetness in my coffees. Those are the things that I want more than anything now. And I sit here and think, why do I care about this coffee? Why is it not doing anything for me? I just start to think and ponder. It's like, is it the coffee though? The coffee kind of presents the same way as it did many years ago. It really did. And as I sit here and think and wonder and ponder and think and just so confused about why it's not really working for me, I wonder if the quality is not there. I wonder if they're double washing it because it's funky, it's preparation's kind of lacking, so they have to double wash it. Probably it is an actual advancement in technology, R&D, so to speak, right? Maybe so. Maybe you do this because you bring out different elements of the coffee. I don't know. And as much as I think about it and wonder, it's like, am I really thinking about coffee like this? When you actually like sit down and wonder about like all of this stuff together, it's like, whoa, coffee got you like this? And it does. And I keep thinking about when I first had this cup or all the cups that I've had this way. And I wonder if I've always felt that way. Was it others or telling me I'm going to get my mind blown because this coffee is amazing? It has the exact same profile as I remembered years ago. And what it is, I think, is because it's that winey taste. And it's kind of interesting that I'm saying this, but when you say wine, it has that winey taste. More than likely, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Explain that wine taste. What does that really mean? See, we do it with coffee. We go beyond it's good, right? We can tell you where it gets happy with us. We can tell you where this coffee falls flat. We can tell you that the acidity is high, but it smooths out. And then sometimes we get that sweetness out of the coffee. We can tell you which fruit that we're tasting. And I think that's where the problem lies. I don't care for wine. I never really have. And it's cool party trick from time to time when you really think about it. But once you get that taste, that surprise in the cup, especially when you don't care about wine, just something that you knew before. And now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect of all this, is that have I always had these feelings about this Kenyan coffee before? I start to second guess my likeness and my palate and my way of being and what I care about now compared to what it was before. I know each day goes by, I'm getting better in understanding coffee. I'm understanding what I like, what I don't like, and the reasons why exactly. I think that's really where you need to be. But as I keep progressing in the days of life, I'm getting further and further away of that special moment that I've had with this Kenyan coffee before. It's not the same Kenyan coffee, but it's the same Kenyan coffee. And I wonder if it's me just progressing in my palate. I do still wonder if it's the coffee, Like, how much better can it really be? I don't even want to think about it that way. But I'm going to have to, because if I keep talking about this coffee, telling you the reasons why I don't like it, or if it's me or the coffee and it's the situation, it's the water chemistry, it's all that good stuff, right? I don't know. These are the tricks and the stories that go in my head that I think about constantly when it comes to coffee. Coffees that I used to just love and adore and look forward to drinking. Something that I wouldn't get all the time, but when I get it, just sit there and be mesmerized about the smell, the taste, the flavors, the uniqueness of it, all that good stuff that, quite frankly, has got me continue down this journey of coffee. That tomatoey, strawberry mixed in, hits you right there. Then it dies down a little bit of the chocolatey topping notes. And then it kind of ramps back up with that grapefruity type of taste on the end. It's familiar. It's not unique anymore. Damn, it's barely special. But it's something that I think everybody should experience. Maybe I need to buy different ones from different purveyors. Probably get like 2 or 3 different ones to see if it's the Kenyan coffee, if it's me, or if it's that particular coffee. I don't know. I think that's going to be the next step. Maybe I haven't found my Kenyan coffee that works with my palate now. So when you think about your coffees and when you're drinking them, it's one of those things that I have to constantly remember. It is food. It is agriculture. It is something that somebody has made or grown, harvested, and processed. It's so easy for us to lose track of that. Like this year and that year and this year, we want it to be like the same or better. There's so many different variables here that we're just like, wow, interesting stuff. But we don't put that together. We don't think about all of that, right? We have to when we're really trying to be real about our coffee. But yeah, it doesn't do it for me. It probably hasn't done it for you either. As long as you're honest about it, that's all that matters. But do ask yourself why you don't feel it anymore. If you feel it, that's great. That's even better. But that's my take on this pea berry Kenyan coffee right now. This is a light medium roast. Wasn't too fast with it when I roasted it. Gave it some time to develop those sugars. You know, that's what they say. It doesn't matter. It's not gelling with me. I got to figure out why it's not. What about you? Have you had those moments, those trials and tribulations, how coffee just kind of makes you go trippy? Like you're constantly thinking about, why is it not working? I've tried it to brew it this different way. Try to slow it down, try to get more sweetness out of it. So I use a flat bed brewer. Play around with the temperature, all that good stuff. It's just not working with you. Have you changed? Have your palate changed? Has the coffee changed? Do you care about it as much as you did before? More than likely you don't. Probably you've moved on to something else that's more agreeable with your palate, something radical, something punchy, or something subtle. Let me know about it. Let's talk about it. Talk to you later. Bye.